I, 32F, have feelings for someone who is not my husband, 32 male. I am wanting honest advice on how to move on from this. I, 32F, have feelings for a coworker, 44M. Meanwhile, I love my 32M husband. I can't get another job and nothing sideways has happened, but even though I try my hardest to just push my feelings aside, I can't shake them. I even told my husband, not in details, he didn't want to know more, about it cause I felt so guilty and I love and respect him. He said as long as you still love and want to be with me and nothing has happened, he understands that I'm human and that's a human emotion. Would a therapist be able to help with this? I'm not sure what they could do. Nothing is wrong with my marriage, and I'm not even saying that in a delusional way. I love my husband, he is my best friend, and am not lacking in our marriage as far as I have analyzed. I am having a hard time letting go of this. I tried changing my schedule, and sometimes my feelings are less strong than others, but regardless I still feel pained that I can't be close to this other man, and also guilty that I want more. If anyone else had this issue, how did you move on so it didn't make you miserable? Did you just have to deal with your feelings forever? Nitpick things about this guy in your head until he becomes unattractive to you, i.e., him chewing too loudly, him making an annoying face, him coming into work late, him being too self-absorbed, whatever he talks about is annoying, etc. I think the opposite of what everyone is saying. I think you're giving this thought too much importance, and that's why it's become such a problem. You're convinced it means something deeper, and that's why it isn't going away. The more you try to make it go away, the more it sticks around, because you're devoting so much time and energy to it. A therapist could be useful here in helping you learn how to ignore something instead of imbuing it with deeper meaning. It's perfectly normal to find something attractive about another person, and I think if you could just accept that and forgive yourself for being human, you'd get over this crush. Personally, I believe we have more control over our feelings than we give ourselves credit for. Get over it, you're going to ruin your marriage. This sounds like limerence. A therapist could definitely help with intrusive thoughts and how to work through getting over this unwanted feeling. This is what I would do. Stop all interactions between the two of you, except for minimal work interactions. Block them on phone. Stop treating this like something happening to you, and start actively redirecting your own thoughts. He pops up in your head, redirect to thinking of your husband. You think of him, immediately think of something you hate. It's just our limerence. Not love. Crush at best, infatuation at worst. You do not know him. You do not see all his annoying habits or undesirable traits, and he doesn't know you at all. Push over the pedestal you've placed him on. That's where your husband should sit. What you don't do is thrown away a guy who loves you and committed to take care of you for the rest of his life, for a brief sexual tryst. What you do is realize that you're being selfish and stupid, and you are actively hurting a wonderful man who is giving his life to you. If it's that damn hard to look away, quit the damn job before you ruin the rest of your life. My 27F girlfriend doesn't want to move into my 26M home. I've been dating this girl for about a year, and we've been talking about our future together seriously, and had a talk about moving in. However, I own a home that I have moved in my 67-year-old parents as a family house. However, my girlfriend doesn't want to live in this house together. I knew getting involved with anyone that this would be a problem. When I asked a few months into the relationship, she said she was okay with it, but has changed her mind now. The home is big enough for everyone and future children. I'm open to the idea of getting another house down the line, but not renting or taking on a huge mortgage when I don't have to. For me, taking care of my family is a big responsibility, and I want the people I love to be happy and taken care of. My parents do not speak English, and we are in a primarily English-speaking country. They don't have many friends or a social circle either, and I'm the only person around who can take care of them if God forbids anything happens. These two factors are the large reasons why we've started putting breaking up on the table. I've presented every possible middle ground I can think of, but it's her way or the highway type of situation. And to say for me to compromise, I can say yes, sure, but she never really compromises on anything big in the relationship. It's always me, which makes me not want to step back on this one. For her, she wants a normal relationship, every little step, like buying our first home and having her chair be the one we select together, her pans to be hers and not my parents'. I'm from the East, so I think if you're a part of my family, then we share everything. My chair becomes your chair. I can understand the things she wants are totally normal, and I want them too, but I feel like I'm giving up too much. And everything else in our relationship is beautiful apart from this one thing. I don't know what to do. I don't know it's like in being asked to choose her or my family at the same time. Should we break up? Sorry if the writing is bad, my brain's so messed up right now. This isn't dissimilar to someone not wanting a partner who has young kids. Your parents are dependents, and that's just not going to be appealing for some people. Yes, you should break up. You value different things. It's not that one of you is wrong and one is right, but she doesn't see herself living in your family home, helping you care for your parents. I can't say I blame her. You two seem to have different plans for what your future looks like. For you, it includes living with and caring for your parents, which is customary in many parts of the world. For her, she wants it to be just the two of you, likely because this is what is common in her culture. Neither of you are wrong, just different from each other. If there is no reasonable compromise to be made, then you should accept that the two of you want different things and are, therefore, not compatible. Break up. You're going to have a tough time finding a woman willing to move in with you and your parents. Next time ask if she would be willing to do this on the first date, not a year later. I wouldn't mind that after like a decade of marriage, but no way am I conceiving children with you when your parents are down the hall. You should buy your parents a small home or something close by rather than you looking for another place, especially if you want kids. Honestly, it's a hard sell currently, unless they're in like a granny flat and not the actual main house. I don't blame her. I wouldn't move in with my partner if I had to live with his parents either. Why would I leave my own home to share a house with my in-laws? You have to pick, dude. You can't have both. You have to move on with your life, because that is its natural course. If you don't want to grow up and leave your past life, leaving parents behind and putting your spouse first, then don't waste her time. She, 28F, broke up with me, 28M, because I'm boring. I am a guy who likes to plan ahead in life. About career, life choices, relationship, everything. Career-wise, I'm doing good. Stable, surviving, saving up. I'm not a fan of buying material things, but I do like to invest in stocks, crypto, trying trading, you get the idea. I don't usually spend money on things, but when I do, I have planned it for weeks. I treated her like I wanted myself to be treated. Didn't cheat, no vices, no addictions, nothing. Maybe the one problem I can see is sometimes I work late. Sometimes I can't hang out with her because of work. Maybe once or twice a week, sometimes none actually. After 10 years of building myself and the relationship, she suddenly grew cold. She said she doesn't love me anymore. Not the way you think. She said that she don't feel anything towards me anymore. No spark. Unlike the early stages, she has a big crush on me, talks to me constantly, make efforts on anniversaries, etc. But now, she's not the same because she said that the fire is gone. She described me as the ideal guy, a walking green flag. But she said she wants me to be more spontaneous, more assertive, more impulsive, more in charge. On my side, I was saving up for our life in the future, didn't want her to feel chained, constricted with our relationship. I let her do the things she wanted. As long as she is happy. She waited for 10 years for me to step up. Step up like propose, take risks, buy houses, have children, etc. But I'm stepping up the way she finds boring. She wanted me to be with her in the end, but she said it's unfair for me to be in a relationship where I don't get anything in return. I think she wanted me because I'm good for her, but not the one she's excited for anymore. She wanted to bring her old feeling back towards me, but when she forces herself to do that, the more the feelings fade. So she let me go. I understand her reason. The problem is, I still wanted her to be the one. Is the fire going out part of a long relationship, or is it because of my boringness? Too long did not read. She broke up with me because I am boring and the sparks faded after 10 years. Is it just part of the long relationship, or did the spark die because I am boring? You never talked about buying a house, having kids, getting married. You say you're saving for the future, but when does that life begin? You are romanticizing yourself when you shouldn't be. She didn't break up with you because you were a boring saver. She broke up with you because she waited 10 years for you to progress the relationship, and you never did. She broke up with you because she wanted to start her life and have children, and you weren't doing that. You didn't care enough and have enough passion to want to have a life together with her. How you talk is also very manipulative, so I'm sure that didn't help either. My husband and I met when I was 18, and I'm about to turn 28. In that same amount of time that you've had, he's proposed, we had our dream wedding, we've traveled extensively, we've advanced our careers, we got a house, and we started family planning. Expecting your girlfriend to stick around for a decade or more with none of those things is actually insane, quite frankly. Women don't have time fertility-wise for your timeline of doing things. I'm shocked she stuck it out this long. I would have dumped you 9 years ago. I dunno, I can see her point from this post. Sure, strong and stable, but life needs spark. You had a long time to progress the relationship, and did not. I get the feeling you were waiting for her next performance review to promote her to engaged. And possibly wearing socks to give her a predetermined rhythm pumping, slow and steady. You didn't listen to your girl, simple as that. You took your way of living as also the best way your girl should live with you. You invested stocks, crypto, cash for your imaginary ideal future, but didn't invest that in the present with your girl. Present is everything, that's what shapes your future. Tell ChatGPT I said sorry that happened to him. I 26F caught my boyfriend 28M cheating on 2 man with twin brother. Hello everyone, I needed to get this out as I have been struggling with processing this situation on my own. My apologies, this will be very long. For context, I 26F and my boyfriend is 28M. We have currently been together for going on 3 years now. We met at a local bar in my hometown when we were 23 and 25 and we immediately hit it off and started going on very casual dates. Around a year and a half later, we decided to move in together as we were already spending most of our time together anyway. While we were dating, around 2 years in, about 6 months after we moved in together, I noticed him and his twin brother were planning more and more late outings and trips. He would never fill me in on what they were doing or where they were going, but since I knew his twin brother, and neither of them had ever given me a reason to be suspicious, I never thought anything of it. At this time, his twin brother was freshly married and expecting. They were planning on moving to the next town over, so I had always assumed they were trying to get more time together before he moved, as they have always been very close. It wasn't until the outings got later and later, until he wasn't getting home until nearly dawn, that I started to question him about what he was doing. He tried brushing it off and called me insecure for thinking he'd ever do something worth worrying about. I had assumed it was just paranoia, so I brushed it off and let it go. 5 days ago, this past Saturday, he didn't get back until I was getting ready to go to work. He was clearly intoxicated and was stumbling on his words. He passed out on the couch, with his phone in hand. I decided to take the opportunity of him passed out, to take his phone. I noticed that his brother had just sent a message about 2 minutes prior. The message read, "Hey, send me the videos from last night." Wanting to figure out what they had been up to that night, causing him to be out until nearly 7 a.m., I opened up his camera roll. Nothing could have prepared me from what I was about to see. The most recent video was filmed at 4:57 a.m., and it was a video of a girl, him and his brother having intercourse. I froze and felt sick to my stomach after viewing this video, but it wasn't the only one. There were multiple videos from that night, all different positions, but still including his brother. As I continued to scroll, I noticed that there wasn't any more videos of them in this way, but there were many selfies of him and his brother and a woman, who I assumed to be the woman in the video from that night. There were plenty of photos of the 3 of them together, but nothing explicit. The photos dated back to a year ago, when him and his brother began their outings. Getting more suspicious that this woman had appeared multiple times in his camera roll, I decided to check his messages. When I scrolled through them, I found no messages with anyone that wasn't family, so I decided to check his messages with his brother. I didn't see anything suspicious until I clicked on the media. Every photo or video sent was him, his brother, and this woman. These videos were not in his camera roll, so I assumed he had already deleted them. Confirming my suspicions, it was the woman from all those photos. After seeing this, I set his phone down, called out of work, and went to see my sister. After telling her everything, she didn't believe me. I tried to explain it, and told her I could get evidence, but she still didn't buy it. She said it seems like I am desperate for attention, and that she didn't want to hear it. I was taken aback, and didn't know how to react, as my sister has always been there for me and very supportive. She has never questioned me, regardless of my state. I decided to leave without another word, and drove back to our apartment, which at that point, he had woken up but was still clearly intoxicated and drowsy. He had asked me why I wasn't at work, and I told him my sister needed my help with something, so I called out. Since Saturday, I've been pulling back and rejecting his physical advances, which to him seemed unlike me. He started to question why I'm pulling back, and I just don't know how to bring this thing up. He still doesn't know that I know. I don't know what to do now, as I have still not talked to my sister, and will have no place to go if I confront him. The apartment was originally his place. I just moved in and left my old apartment, which currently has no openings. All of this seems so unreal, and I need advice. Am I underreacting? I'm at a loss for words. You're underreacting. I can't even say more than that. Because what the fuck did I just read? You're definitely underreacting. I suggest you get the pictures you found on his phone of him cheating and stay distant from him until you find a place to stay and leave him without explaining why. Get out. Find a place to stay and move ASAP. The guy cheated on you multiple times with a girl and his own brother. Think about STDs. Think about yourself. Send yourself the videos on a platform that doesn't allow unsending, so you have proof. Because this does sound absolutely insane, because WTF, and it will be hard to convince people it's true. Don't distribute it, because that's revenge porn, but it might be good to have in your back pocket to show a brief snippet to your sister. If she still reacts poorly even when given evidence, that could indicate that she knew this was happening / potentially knows the woman, and is trying to cover someone's ass. Should have taken pictures. Completely underreacting. If you get an opportunity again, take pictures or screenshots or whatever, show him, and kick his ass to the cub. Fuck it. You saw what you saw. Why are you still with him? You should have saved the evidence and sent it to the brother's wife, as that poor woman could get sick, sad face.